Hey everybody, Brett here, and day 183. I'm sorry, day 184. Day 184, Carnivore Journey. And so yesterday was a fasting day. Today was not a fasting day. I ate twice. And excuse me. And the results of the fast were good. So happy with that. And throughout most of the day, wasn't overly hungry. So that was good. Now, like, comment, subscribe. Again, I love the comments. I love hearing when people get some benefit, some inspiration, which is always a weird word for me, but they get something out of this to help them. Me sharing what I'm doing, hopefully can help you. And, I watch a lot of, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. I watch a fair amount of YouTube, and I watch for all kinds of different things. Scuba stuff, cigars, bourbon, fixing stuff around the house. How do I fix this? And carnivore. So I don't talk about him a lot, but Dr. Ken Berry is a big guy that I watch. There's a handful of other ones, but Ken Berry's probably the most common one. Steak and Butter Gal is out there. Ferrigno Freedom. There's a number of these people out there. Kelly Hogan. I forget her channel, but Kelly Hogan. One of the things that's always weird to me is I've never seen him talk about slipping, other than, Kelly Hogan talking about how she did like 5 years where she was carnivore or ketovore, but was still drinking diet sodas, right? Other than that, like, I never hear about anybody slipping, right? And I think there's this fear out there that if you slip, then you're not carnivore, you're not doing it right, you're not this, not that. But we are all human. We do all make mistakes, poor decisions, everything like that. And I'm subject to that, obviously, just like everybody else. And if you have very big goals and you want to achieve those goals as fast as humanly possible, you can't slip, you can't cheat, right? But I think at the same time, there's a level of joy that I get out of meeting my goals. There's a level of joy I get about eating or drinking certain things. So sometimes I slip, and I choose it. Every single time I've eaten the wrong thing, I've chosen it. And I think it's okay as long as I acknowledge that that's not the best way to meet my goals and everything else. It's not the way to be as healthy as I can be, right? And that's something I almost never talk about, is health. This is 99% about weight for me, and the health will come along, right? And I shouldn't say I like it, but I hear people tell me, don't worry about your weight, focus on your health, the weight will come. Well, I think it works both ways, right? If I'm 332 pounds, I'm unhealthy, and dropping 90 pounds is going to make me healthier. It's going to ease the pressures on my heart. It's going to ease the fat floating through my system, drop my triglycerides, potentially lower blood pressure for people, but I never have had a blood pressure issue. Sugar, I was pre-diabetic for, I don't know, probably 10 years, at least 10 years, I'll say. My sugar's now almost 100% of the time under 100. My glucose number. So my focus on weight is going to make me healthy. But I also know that I need to eat things that I like sometimes. Sometimes something that's there, I really, really want that. Can I eat it all? No. Can I eat a little bit? Probably, yeah. Right. So tonight was an example of that. So my wife made tacos for the family and ground beef tacos. She makes her own seasoning, her own taco seasoning. So there's no sugar that goes in there. There's not a lot of the other garbage that goes in there. It's, cumin, it's chili powder, it's da 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 da. So it's pretty clean, I'll call it. And so I had hamburger meat. But I wanted something different. There was a texture I wanted. And so I ended up doing, and I've done this before, some of the taco meat with the ground beef with taco seasoning, a little bit of sour cream, and a little bit of cheddar cheese. And I mixed that up, right? The texture that I wanted was a tortilla, but I didn't have the tortilla. But everything else was there. And with kind of thick, the cheese was like a thick shred, not a fine shred. So it gave a little bit of sniffness. And you get the creaminess from the sour cream, and you had the meat, and you had the spices and everything else. And it was really, really good. So, I'm not gonna say that that's perfect carnivore, because it's not, right? Cheddar cheese is not a really good carnivore cheese, right? Harder cheeses usually are better. No cheeses is best. Sour cream, I don't even know. Don't know. Not really worried about it. But that's what I ate for dinner tonight. And I'll tell you what, I was very, very happy. Now, I wanted more, and there wasn't any more ground beef. So what I ended up doing is I had some pepperoni slices. My son eats pepperoni sandwiches. So we typically have pepperoni slices. So I had a few pepperoni slices. And that was my dinner tonight. So, is that going to destroy my diet? I don't think so. Is it going to make me have an easier time tomorrow going through a fast? I really don't know. Because the cheese in that is going to create a sugar, the lactose and things like that are in there, right? That's sugar. So my body got a little bit of sugar. So tomorrow might be harder for me to actually fast. But that's my plan. And I'm going to stick to my plan. And I finally figured out where, and I've said that a number of times too, set your plan, follow your plan. Set your plan, follow your plan. Set your plan, follow your plan. And I finally figured out where that somewhat of a mantra is in my head. And it's from scuba diving. In scuba diving, you plan your dive and dive your plan. That's what you do. That's how you go under the water and hit your first primary goal every single time. That's come back out of the water alive. That's always the primary goal for scuba diving. Everything else is extra. So that's what I'm trying to get myself back into with this mantra. Set my plan, follow my plan. Right? This week's plan was fast, eat, fast, and then eat the rest of the week. So Monday, Wednesday, fast. So today's Tuesday, tomorrow's going to be fast. And what I'm hoping for is that between yesterday, today, tomorrow, Thursday, I'm actually down like 6 or 7 pounds, right? Numbers for today, I was at 237.2. So from yesterday's weigh-in, that was 3.1 pounds. And I've been around that 240-ish for a little bit now. So about 3 pounds down. Good. My sugar, 86. My ketones were at 1.5. So definitely in ketosis after one day of fasting. Makes sense. I didn't give my body any carbs, any sugar. It had to burn fat to get the fuel. So I think that worked out. I give myself food today. Lunch was bacon and eggs. I did some scrambled eggs that I cooked this morning and bacon that I cooked this morning. I think it was 10 slices of bacon. And it was 2 scrambled eggs. Cooked the eggs in butter and bacon grease. That was lunch. Dinner was the ground beef, sour cream, cheddar cheese. and then some pepperoni slices. So still pretty decent fat all the way through, decent amount of protein. I feel good, I'm tired, but again, I get up at 5 o'clock every morning. So I'm tired. Get up at 5, I go to bed like 11. So 6 hours sleep a night. But I'm happy. I'm happy in this. I'm happy in what I'm doing here. And I know that the results are going to keep coming. So for those that get hung up on weight, don't focus on weight, focus on health. They're going to come together. Just like people tell me, don't focus on weight, focus on the health, and it'll come. It works both ways. The weight, again, it's an objective number. I can stand on that scale, the exact same scale I've used since day one, and know exactly that it's this far off from the day before. It's this far off from the week before, the month before. Makes me happy. Makes me track all these numbers, right? It's data. So, enough rambling for the evening. Tomorrow's a fasting day. If anybody wants to fast with me, let's do it. And outside of that, I will talk to you tomorrow night.